All right. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker podcast, brought to you by Gundog. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. That quick release system, I tell you what, it's a lifesaver.
You have bragged on that more than you have anything.
It is amazing because most of the time I'd have to, you put him on a leash and then, if he lurches forward at all, takes all the slack out of it, you got to rein him back in. He's 100 pounds. It's a pain in the ass just to get slack in it, to click it so he can go. That quick release, it's just you pull that string and
his ass goes.
Away, off he goes.
I'm worried about Lou.
Why?
Well, Lou is a good, healthy dog.
Yeah.
He's over healthy. And hunting season,
he looks good.
Hunting season is ending now. Well,
10 days away.
He reminds me of one of those old football players that you see that's 60 that's still in pretty good shape, but they're pretty thick and they've added some weight on.
Yeah.
That's what Lou reminds me of, and I worry about Lou for this off season when all he does is sit around and watch cartoons all the time.
Well, maybe now that I got this quick release system.
You're not going to go out there with him.
You never know.
I do too. When's the
I'm
last
getting
time
more
you traded him
time.
in the
I'm
summer?
getting more time now.
How are you getting more time?
Jameson's getting older. He's not a big a handful for Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Time management is my friend this year.
Okay, we'll see.
It is.
I would bet you an athletic beverage that Lou is at the same obese size by August 1st that he normally is.
Well, I've got a 12-pack of athletic beverages in the pickup or in the my beer fridge, so I'll take that bet.
Right, so you've moved up to a beer fridge now?
I've had a beer fridge.
Oh, okay.
When we got the second one,
that
the old one goes into the laundry room. It's beer fridge. Beer and meat. That's my refrigerator.
How do me and Mom, just two people living by ourselves, why do we have two fucking fridges that are always full of shit? I've never understood that.
That would be
because of grandkids and kids.
I mean, Jeff, listen. She likes to have stuff on hand.
She does do that.
Who's walking in?
I don't know.
Thank God Biden's in office.
Yeah, boy, I feel so much better today than I did yesterday.
I do. Thank goodness. I'm saying this so that when they round everybody up.
I think the days are over. I haven't heard much about that today.
I am on the good side of history. Go Biden. Looking right into the camera. In all seriousness, I hope you do well.
We need him to do well. I hope he does a great job for our country. I'm kind of worried now that supposedly he's going to sign a document to make 11 million illegals legal this next week.
I saw 5. They got 5 years. They have a path to citizenship. 5 years.
I don't have a problem with that.
Well, my problem is a lot of politicians have said, whenever you do it like that, you're rewarding people that have done it the wrong way. They came over here illegally. They cut in front of the line, and that's who you're rewarding.
Yeah, but you've got to have some kind of there has to be something to fix it.
What do you mean?
There has to be some kind of reward for being here and working and paying taxes. A good portion
for people that jump the line?
People cheat all the time. I would cheat to get my family over here if I didn't live in America.
Yeah, I tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading it for the second time. Ordeal by Hunger about the Donner Party. And some of the shit, water. They're in the middle of a desert. And, there's a family, there's haves and have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking one dad went up to another dad and said, I've got to have water. Like, I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old and a wife, and our fucking wagon is 60 miles back, and they're dying. And the guy said, no, I'm not giving you my water because I gotta feed my family. And he pulled a pistol on him and said, I'm taking it.
It's tough times.
Fucking jungle.
Yeah, it is. And I don't blame people for coming here to make their life better at all.
But we can't take we can't take everybody.
I understand that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. That's why we need to build a fucking fence. And whoever's over here now needs to work to become a citizen, or you kick them over the fence. But everybody that's here now, they're here. You're not going to mass round people up anyways.
Kamala said that we would.
She's a fucking idiot. I'll tell you right now, I've really stayed out of politics. I have stayed off Facebook on politics. I haven't watched the news at all. I realized how
insignificant.
That's the word. Insignificant that I am in the big picture.
Yeah.
For my vote didn't count, and nothing else counts. But I also listened to a podcast yesterday that really hurt my heart. It was about a place, and I'm gonna fuck the name of it. It was a boys' home. It was a home for retarded people,
mentally handicapped.
No, there was
2021.
No,
We're
I understand.
We're past that word.
This happened in the 50s, and the word retarded was a word. Idiotic is a word they used.
Mm-hmm.
And we took these kids and we put them in these homes, and they did radiation experiments on them with oatmeal and Quaker oats.
With oatmeal?
With oatmeal. They was feeding them radioactive oatmeal.
Oh, okay.
Quaker Oats was wanting to find out how much iron they were getting in people's bodies. So MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, used these kids as guinea pigs.
Mentally challenged kids. Idiotic kids.
That's what they called them, retarded kids. They called them all kinds of kids with Down syndrome.
They
had names. Well, that's what they called it. You know, I'm sorry, I'm 53 years old, and retarded was a word that was normal when I was a kid.
It was normal when I was a kid, but I've moved past it.
Well, I haven't. It's a word. And it's just a description. So these people, these kids, we did test on, and then we did the Atomic Energy Commission did another test in St. Louis in the 50s, and they sprayed zinc cadmium in the sky. Excuse me, I need to drink water. Who's in there?
Sonia.
Hey, Sonia, will you bring me a bottle of water, please, out of the fridge in the pantry? Thank you, ma'am. They did this experiment, and they flew, and they was trying to do cloud cover and what would happen if Russia attacked us with a nuclear weapon, and they were doing this practice. And they did it on the all-black neighborhoods in St. Louis, and they put these big fans on top of all these housing projects. One housing project they put it on had 10,000 fucking people living in it.
Whew.
I thought, Jesus. Thank you, ma'am. And they put all this, they did this stuff, and it was all radioactive.
Mm-hmm.
And tons of families developed cancer over it and stuff. And I'll tell you what, our government's some evil bitch is what she is. And she's done a lot of things like that over the years. A lot of experimenting.
What about they disguised something as a vaccine, and it was actually like an STD. They put it in black people in Georgia.
They sterilized a bunch of them in South Carolina, I think.
I don't remember what it was.
But I mean, that's our government, and that's the shit. And so there's nothing. What this is getting to with me is, after listening to that, and when you can do the things they've done to children without anybody caring about it at all, and then this stuff here is documented. This was like the Fern was the name of the. I'm going to tell you the name of it right now. I'm going to look it up real quick because it really bothered me. But I listened to this last night. The Fernald School, FERNALD School, Fernald School.
Okay, here it is. In 1932, the Public Health Service, working with the Tuskegee Institute, began a study to record the natural history of syphilis in hopes of, I got a story about that too, of hopes of justifying treatments for blacks. It was called the Tuskegee Untreated Syphilis in the Negro Male.
See,
But what they did is, I believe, if this is the right one, they got people to come for a vaccine, and then turned out they were injecting them with like syphilis.
And our government has done that for years. So what makes us think now it'd be any different?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, they lie and cheat to us, and I don't understand all the fanfare in D.C. with this big fucking fence they built around the whole Capitol and all that other shit. I don't, the tinfoil hat wearers were saying, well, they're fixing to round them up and arrest them all, and it's going to keep them inside where they can't get away.
Right.
Nobody's getting arrested.
Is Tony upset today? He had this grand revelation that everything was going to be different for some reason today.
I haven't heard nothing from him or your mother on this today.
Really?
Nada. And it just, I mean, there is no doubt that we were fucked on an election. Anybody that does any kind of investigative work and knows anything about numbers and stats knows we got cheated. But nobody's going to fix it.
Right.
And what's really interesting, I saw a picture today of Bernie Sanders sitting up there by himself.
That's
the most retarded motherfucker in the world. He sold himself out twice. Mm-hmm. The first time, if someone screws you over, that's their fault. But the second time you get fucked by the same people, that's your own fault.
I guess what makes me feel better about all of this is 4 years ago, this is how all of them felt when Trump was taking office.
I don't know.
They legitimately thought that it was the fucking United States as we knew it was over.
And
so, you know.
It's better now than it ever has been.
So, you know, I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better that 4 years ago, this is how they felt. And
do you
with
think
politics the way it is, it's our turn.
I don't know anyone that I know personally that can say their life was not better under Trump than it was before. I mean, I don't know anyone. I'm sure that, and I'm not talking about someone that got cancer. I'm not talking about something like that. I'm talking about your overall livelihood, the way you lived. Christmas was better. The holidays were better. Everything was better with him. And you got this whole side that wants to get rid of all that shit for some $1,200 checks. And I'm shocked by that. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Joe Biden does a great job. We need him to do a great job.
I don't think Sonya could be any fucking louder if she tried.
She's trying to be quiet, too, over there.
Just do what you got to do. It'll be fine.
If you make noise, you make noise.
She's trying to be quiet, and she's making more noise trying to be quiet.
Sonya's one of our ladies that works out here. She does a real good job. She likes fat, bald-headed guys. Except for Tony.
Yeah, Tony's on the friend is in the friend zone.
Tony ain't got no game.
No, he doesn't.
Tony has zero game.
It's because he's got that tinfoil hat on all the time. Yeah. It turns women off.
You don't have to worry about that. We've got enough tape chairs. Yeah, we only got 2 groups here tonight. But the election deal. I have not watched any of this stuff. I thought it was overkill. There was nobody there. There's no excitement. I don't think there's any excitement for him, anyways, other than the fucking mainstream media and them goofy bastards.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't watch. They're not getting my ratings. I wouldn't have watched it anyway. I watched it with Trump.
I did see today. I saw a deal on the ratings and showed the 5 on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
It's like number 12 now or 14.
Well, they got Dana. Is it Dana Perino? Yeah, she's doing like a morning show now.
She's not on the 5 no more.
I think she is, but she had that 2:00 block, and now she's with like Bill Hemmer in the morning or some shit. They're shuffling.
I haven't watched Fox News since election.
I haven't either.
I mean, not one time. And I tell you what, I'm not supporting. I can't decide how anyone could hire Donna Brazile. Yeah. She fucking cheated. She gave Hillary the answers to the deal, and Bernie Sanders still sucks her big old black titties. I don't get it. I don't understand how they put up with that shit. I can't do it. So I don't watch any of that crap. I don't watch the news. I have not missed watching the news at all.
I haven't either.
And I've been very inactive on Facebook in the last week, and it hasn't been that bad either.
Did you think it was going to be bad? What did you think you were going to have withdrawals or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Like a crackhead.
Why?
Because I always catch myself checking my Facebook to see what's going on. And I have quit doing that. I haven't done that as much. I have made very few posts. I wish I could get completely off Facebook.
Delete it. Fuck it.
I can't. I do too much business on it.
Oh.
Business-wise, I can't do it.
There's got to be a way that you could, I don't know.
I have people contact me. I had a guy today message me because I was out of the office all day yesterday. He called me or texted me and messaged me this morning. He said, I'm trying to get a hold of you. I'm going to be up there in the hunt. I need to get a hold of you, blah, blah, blah. And I called him. I said, listen, I was gone yesterday. I'm sorry. Andy was supposed to be answering the phone. I guess Andy didn't do it. Can I help you?
I was gone yesterday.
But anyways.
When's he coming on the hunt?
He'll be here tomorrow night.
Was that urgent, huh?
It was that urgent.
Wow.
I don't even know why. Because what I answered was not that urgent. But still,
yeah, just seeing what time we should be there.
But I use my Facebook for so much business stuff.
I think everybody does anymore. Jesse, that's what my wife does for her business.
That's where it's all at.
All Facebook.
Free advertising.
Sure.
Is what it is.
But look at what it's cost us. Is it worth it?
No.
Is it worth it?
Our world was so much better before any kind of social network.
Did you ever watch The Social Dilemma? It explains it all. What happens is so say you like something on Facebook. The Facebook algorithm say, Jeff Stanfield likes this. Let's show Jeff Stanfield more of this. Stuff like this. So you get in this feedback loop of only seeing the same general stuff over and over and over again. That's why Tony has fallen down this rabbit hole. Because he likes one conspiracy theory post.
So he just gets more and more of them.
And then Facebook says, he liked that.
So that's
we'll send him 2 more of it.
So that's why all I get is hunting stuff and boobs.
That's it.
Well, there's good.
It's the algorithm. So you go down this circle and you never, ever, ever see anything that bucks your belief system, basically. So that's what Facebook has done. It's turned us into, and then he can't imagine that nobody else is seeing what he's seeing because everybody's Facebook is different. My Facebook is different from your Facebook.
Right.
So somebody that's liking all this shit about Biden or Bernie or whoever, that's all that they see. They never see anything pro-Trump. Just like he never sees anything pro-Biden.
I understand the concept of how it works. And that's what I said. We're better off without Facebook.
But that's why we're so divided is because everybody's got in their own little loop.
And it just continues their own stuff.
And it's just everybody's gonna stay in that little lane.
It's a barrage of like-minded people and like-minded thoughts.
Exactly. It's a fucking echo chamber. It's all that it is.
But back to the immigration deal.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with every sucker that's here now making a citizen, make them go through whatever it is, the steps to do it. I'm sorry for the people that did it right. I mean, listen, if you screw people out of money and you got millions of dollars and you still live like a millionaire, and the guy next to you worked his ass off to become a millionaire, but you still hang out at the country club and do the same shit.
So you're pro-amnesty?
No, I'm pro-fixing fucking America's immigration problem is what it is. I'm not for giving everybody tomorrow a citizenship, but to give them a clear path to citizenship, everybody that's here now, I don't have a problem with that. They're here now anyways.
Right.
Ain't nothing going to change that. But I'm also for shutting down that fucking border all the way around. What gets me is now there's 30,000 fucking people from Guatemala or
making the caravan
up here.
We didn't see
in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody needs to be wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah.
But then we're supposed to just let the 30,000 people, which we have no idea what they've been exposed to, come in here.
Surely Biden says just fucking stay in Mexico.
No, fuck no, he ain't going to say that shit.
You think he's going to take them on?
Whoever's pulling his chain is going to make that decision. He is not making any decisions.
Did we see the caravans under Trump? I feel like we did for a while.
I think
and
we
he
did.
told them just fuck off.
Yeah,
You're staying down there.
Yeah.
But here they are again.
Yeah, and I don't. We can't take on 50 million people. 11 million people, we're here right now.
Yeah, they're here right now, and
let's stop it right now. Let's end this shit. Let's do it. I have no problem with people wanting to come here. I understand that. Sure. That's what drives me nuts about these fucking people. Always want to throw these other countries up in our face. And then they want to fly the flags of these places. These are shitholes you left because it sucked.
Yeah.
We were so close to really fixing our country probably and really finding out a lot of shitty shit that went on.
Shitty shit.
And Obama and them spied on Trump. Nothing's going to be done about that. Hunter Biden, probably nothing will ever happen to him. And that's the shit that needs to be fixed. And that's the problem with our politicians. They've all sold us out. There should be term limits.
On Congress people.
Everybody.
Yeah.
If you fucking serve in a federal level, you should, in state, you know, there should be a limit, 10 years max.
How do you think that slipped through the fucking cracks? There's a lot of smart people.
Because they were in on the take, and they've been in on the take for years.
For 300 years.
There's been a war chest of money for years. The French, tried to get involved with our politics.
That's what I find interesting, though, is like all the shit that we had in place. That's the one that we missed?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Hell, they didn't have presidential.
Part of the problem is people live too fucking long now.
Well,
Pelosi would have been 200 years ago. She'd have been dead at 50.
God, that would have been a blessing for all of us. Well, can you imagine being that poor bastard married to her?
Ah, he loves it.
Oh, there's no way.
He loves it.
He's got to be fucking drunk also.
He's sucking on those titties every
night.
Oh,
she's such a nasty old bitch. When you see pictures of her with her makeup's not on and shit, she looks like she's 90.
Well, fuck, she's 80,
so
it's not far off.
That's a walking yeast infection is what that is. Ugh, that's a nasty woman.
Betty White had a birthday the other day. Speaking of
she's
old ladies.
99.
99.
Yeah.
God love her.
I saw a shirt the other day that said, we just need to see what kind of world we're going to leave Betty White when we leave.
But fuck everybody, everybody's all happy now.
No, I don't think everybody is. But you got to go live.
That's right.
What are you going to do? Go huddle up in a prepper room and wait for something to happen that's not going to happen?
That's not a life either.
No, fuck no. You got to go live. My goal is to be as happy as I can and for me to be able to make sure my grandkids have as good a life as I possibly can. That's my goal. And really, that's not my goal. That should be your job. I'm just going to try to watch out for them more. But that's what needs to happen. I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my fucking calendar is getting filled up fast for next year. I've got tons of calls. Yeah, it's the shittiest season we have. We've had so many phone calls, new business, old business, repeat business. Everything's left. I've sold 3 hunts today.
That's crazy.
For next year. I mean, it's nuts. My phone's ringing off the hook. But
that's got to make you. I mean, everybody's got this gloom and doom mentality. Now, you might not be able to buy fucking shotgun shells depending on what legislation.
That's my biggest concern right now.
You don't have to go after the guns. You go after the ammunition factories, and you ain't got nothing fucking to shoot. But
nope.
That's got to make you feel good, though.
Oh yeah,
that people still have faith. They're still making plans for next year. They still feel like they're going to be in a good place to spend some money next year.
I'm on 2021, 2022 mode already. I've got 10 days left of this season.
Yeah.
We had good hunts again today. We're killing a lot of cranes.
Cranes are saving
I'm
our
planning
ass.
on everything for next year, but I'm already working on next year's stuff. My dove hunts are about sold out. So things are good. I can't complain at all. And I know a lot of other businesses are that way too. But our business does not depend on the damn swipe of a pen,
right,
other than the ammunition.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can't find no shotgun shells right now, but you can find rifle.
Only you can find. Zach said he went to Academy the other day, and there was not a single.
You have to be in line as soon as the truck gets there.
Not a single bullet of any sort. Not a shotgun shell. Not a rifle round. Not a pistol round. Nothing. I've been wanting a fucking Glock 19. This was before. This was during the pandemic, which is just kind of shitty timing on my part. But it's just it's the new gun that I want. I don't know why I want one. It's fucking bulky and.
Somebody right now is going to have one. They're going to tell you tomorrow.
No, I know that, but they're like $700. It's a fucking $400 pistol, $500 pistol. They're price gouging us now.
Well, of course
all of a sudden they're price gouging us.
Supply and demand.
But I started looking around June. I don't even know what made me fucking want one. I've got a 9mm. Wanted another one.
Well, I bought a bucket of 22 bullets today.
A bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a 22 rifle?
I got 3 or 4 of them.
Oh.
I just like to have one just to shoot.
A 22?
Yeah. Go out and target shoot with it or something. I like to have. I'm buying as many bullets as I can. It's a shame all my guns got stolen, though.
Yeah, no.
Every one of them fuckers is gone.
It is a pity.
What do you think about the people that have hoarded rifles? And I know some guys.
Mm-hmm.
I got a brother-in-law that's a hoarder of bullets and shit. I wonder if one day they're going to be 85 years old and look in their closet and say, I got $500,000 tied up in ammo I'm never going to shoot.
Oh, and ammo?
Ammo and guns.
I maybe ammo, but I don't think they would. Guns. I think guns are something that you can pass down. The gun to me is like a piece of gold. You know, it's something that it's
a tangible asset.
You can trade it if you needed to. You can pass it on to your kids, your grandkids, whatever. So to me, I don't think that a gun is I don't think you would ever look back and be like, oh, I got too many fucking guns.
No, I don't talking too many guns, but the ammo.
But ammo, yeah, that shit, you know, you can be a fun grandfather for a little while.
I mean,
go shoot that shit up.
I mean, is 2,500 rounds of 9mm enough?
Depends on what you need it for. If you need it to fucking last you for
I mean, seriously,
20 years, then it might not be.
You think about if you had 25, there's always going to be guns you can get on, or ammo you'll be able to buy somewhere. But still, 2,500 rounds of 9mm.
2,500 rounds of 9mm? No.
Can you imagine if things are so bad that you're needing that to live? That's bad.
Fuck yeah.
First of all, I'm not very good shot with a pistol, anyways.
No.
People will be pretty fucking safe unless they're like 2 foot in front of me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've got thousands and thousands of rounds of duck and goose loads. Well, I'm a lot better shot with a shotgun than I am a pistol.
Depends on what you're needing it for.
If you're 30 yards away from me, I'm going to do a whole lot better shooting a shotgun at you than I am a fucking pistol.
I don't think you'd kill anybody at 30 yards.
Fuck.
With a shotgun?
Yes.
With
two
steel.
shot? Fuck yeah, you would.
At 30 yards. You're going to hurt them.
You'd put them fucking down for sure. Yeah, I think you'd kill them.
I don't know.
I shot a guy one time.
No, you fucking
Yes, I did. I'm going to tell this story, too, because someone asked me. They thought I didn't shoot a home invasion guy. I was dove hunting one time.
Oh.
No, I made the kid bleed. He had to go to the hospital.
Dickhead.
No, that's not my fault. I was in a line of guys, of grown men, and I was probably 14 years old. Mm-hmm. And this other kid, about 14 years old, walked quarter of a mile down from us in this pasture, and there was a bunch of mesquite trees, and then walked through the mesquite trees at us. And he was about 20 to 30 yards away from me, and a dove come through there. And I wasn't 14. I was younger than that because I had a single shot 12 gauge. And that motherfucker would kick and it would shoot a tight pattern. Mm-hmm. And I shot and he goes,
you spit all over your fucking microphone. We got to sterilize that.
He went, Dad. He come out and he's fucking.
How old was he?
He was probably about 12 or 14 also.
Oh, shit.
He was bleeding down his fucking chest. He had a dove vest on, and that fucker was red with blood. I thought his dad was going to kill me. His dad was racking gun shells in and out of his gun and shit. So my dad was about 100 yards back in the next line of guys. I went and stood back by my dad. Dad goes, what happened to that little fat kid down there? I go, he got shot. No shit. How'd he get shot? I said, he walked through those trees, people. I dumb little fucker. They took him to the fucking hospital, the ambulance and the sheriff out there and all kinds of shit.
Eesh.
And this one guy that was hunting with us, he told the sheriff, he said, listen, we're all hunting around. He said, he walked down the line. He said, well, who shot him? He said, I don't know who shot him. I think they know I shot him. They didn't say nothing. And I fucking rolled his ass up like a booger. They had blood coming down his deal and shit. So I have shot someone before, and I know it hurts.
Fuck, I'm sure that it does.
But that was, and I was shooting dove loads.
Yeah. How far was he?
I'm going to guess he was probably 30 to 50 yards away from me.
See, but I think that's going to be the same no matter what you're shooting.
All I know is he was screamed.
Fuck, I'm sure.
It sounded like a choking cow, and he had blood. I mean, blood was running out of his deal. Oh, I felt so bad. And the poor kid, he only had one eye.
Already?
Yeah, he was playing with a piece of baling wire in the barn one day, and he was flipping it around, and it caught his fucking eye, and he pulled his eyeball out. True story.
Jesus.
Because we told
kid, I wonder if he's still if he's
goes by the name of Lucky.
No shit. Had an eyeball ripped out by a piece of baling wire.
And then got shot.
He
still got birdshot in his ass if he's alive, probably in the side.
Mm-hmm. Lucky he didn't get lead poisoning.
But that's but yeah, that's a shot. I didn't shoot at a guy one time. I shot next to a guy one time. I scared the fuck out of him. For peeping in our windows. Peeping in the window that time. I could have dropped his ass.
He was right behind the air conditioner, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I had 2 shot in that fucking gun I shot. Cops, well, do you think I hit him? I said, nope. Well, we're going to call the emergency room and check and see. If he's at the ER, he's getting shit taken out of his pants. Because I could have shot him and I didn't. I didn't want to shoot nobody.
No, not for peeping in windows.
I'm telling you right now, for me to have to shoot someone, I would really have to think that my life was on the line.
Yeah.
I probably, if someone wanted to steal my truck, I probably wouldn't even shoot somebody then. I'd tell them to make sure they total it out and I'll just get a new one.
Like you're in it?
I don't know that I wouldn't get out of my truck and let them have it before I shot somebody. I don't know. I don't want to ever be in that situation. I know how much fucking paperwork and shit goes in legal issues, and I don't want to have to shoot somebody and have to go through all that fucking stuff, even if I'm innocent. I mean, you are in your right to shoot someone if they're stealing your shit. You have that right. But I just don't know.
Depends on if my kids are in the car.
If it's just me.
Right.
And they wanted my fucking truck, I don't know that I would shoot. I might say, can I get my gun out, please, and my checkbook and all this shit?
Can I get a couple things, and then you can have the motherfucker.
I just don't know if it's worth shooting someone over, especially when you see these 12 and 14-year-old kids doing this shit that don't even have a clue about life.
Well, and what's scary is if you get the right fucking prosecutor, because you're going to get sued. If you get the right prosecutor and the right jury, possibility you could be going to jail for it.
Yeah, over something protecting your own rights, which you should have that right to do. And I don't hold nobody that does that. Listen, if you fucking steal someone's truck and they pop you in the ass and kill you,
deserve it.
You fucking deserve exactly what you got. I just don't want to be that guy that has to shoot somebody over something. Now, if I think you're going to try to hurt me, that's different.
Or if you're in my house, it's different.
Yes.
If my kids are in the car, we're talking different things. But no, I see what you're saying.
But there's not much anything that I own that's worth me killing someone over, I don't think.
My credit cards, I do not want to have to go through that.
That's
headache.
a pain in the ass.
Ooh.
Like when
Mikey lost his wallet.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point now, fuck, keep the cash. Give me my fucking credit cards back. Because I don't want to have to go through the headache of canceling shit, reapplying, and having all that stuff.
That's the worst part.
Keep the fucking cash. Keep whatever's in it. Keep my driver's license. Send me my fucking credit cards back.
I left my Discover card in Atlanta last year, the year before, at Cheesecake Factory. And we got to where we were, Augusta, wherever we were. I guess we were in Augusta. And I went somewhere to go. Me and Mom went somewhere, and I pulled out, looked at my credit card, and I didn't have my Discover card. I go, give me my Discover cards in your purse. She's like, what? I said, yeah, let me have it. And so she looked for her, but she goes, I don't have it. I was like, shit, where'd you leave it at, Michelle? Well, I left it I signed the deal and left it there. Well, I called, done my steps back, and that's where I used it last. Got online, looked. And so I called there, and I said, you have my credit card? I had to identify myself and stuff. And I said, hey, can you just send that to me at town? No, sir, you can come pick it up. I said, I ain't driving back to fucking Atlanta for nothing.
Yeah.
I said, just throw it away, and I'll call Discover and have them send me a new one. But I didn't want to have to go through all that fucking hassle.
Ain't no way.
It's a pain in the ass. But I don't think I would shoot. I don't think there's anything that I own hardly that I would shoot you over. Just because I don't want to put myself into. I don't want to go to bed every night thinking that I could have done something else to keep from killing someone.
Play silly games, you win silly prizes.
Yep. And I don't hold it against anybody that's done that. Not at all. You got the right to defend yourself. Yeah. I just know some people that have been in that situation that have had really hard times later in life.
Right, especially if it's a young kid or something.
Yeah, the guilt's got to be there. And there's a lot of fucked up kids that are 16 to 22 years old that turn out to be great people when they get older. There are some really good people out there that were fucked up. I was friends with a kid in high school that went to prison. He was a fucked up soul and done a lot of stuff, and he's a good man. Owns his own trucking company now. He's a good person.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
No, yeah,
it's rare.
It's few, but he makes me realize how much people can change and do for the. He's a good person,
right?
But when he was 16 years old, a lot of people didn't have a lot to do with him.
Yeah,
I was always his friend. I was always one of them guys. If you treat me pretty good, I'm gonna be good with you. I may not want to hang out with you after school or on Friday night, but because I don't want to be in the shit you're in. But there are a lot of good people out there that were fuck ups when they were younger. Lots, and there's lots of people listening to this that can say I relate to that.
Well, I think most people are fuck ups to some extent.
Yeah, but there's
16
some
to
people.
22.
Yeah, you never were.
No, but I think I'm also the exception.
You are. I did though.
Yeah.
I wasn't worth the shit when I was 19 and 20. I know I wasn't stealing shit and stuff, but I wasn't. I mean, I didn't have no career path or anything like that. I'm sure a lot of people now that know me that think, "Fuck, I never thought he'd turn out worth the shit." I'm sure people that met me yesterday think that. Well, fuck, I bet he's not worth shit. But there's a big part of our country that didn't grow up till they're 25 years old, and now today kids are fucking worthless. A lot of them now.
Yeah, but
more than average used to be.
Sure. Well, I mean, they've also things are different too, though, than how they used to be. You know, every college anymore is everybody goes because they've been told that they have to, and it's kind of this. Let's postpone the inevitable of growing up.
It's a breeding ground for fuckery, is what it is.
Well, it's just, people go there. They don't really have an identity. They don't have a path, and they get around other fuckheads that don't have a path either. And
it's because parents spoil their kids.
Sure.
We all want to send our kid off to school. Your youngest brother fucked up again, and before he went to the Army, I said, Payne, listen, if you'll go to school, you pick school anywhere in the United States you want to go to. If you'll go to school there and go to class, I'll pay. We'll do whatever you want to do if you'll just do that. Well, he went in the Army. I'm glad he did that. Saved me a lot of money.
Yeah.
But parents put up. Well, when I was a kid, I didn't even have them opportunities.
Yeah.
There wasn't nobody going to be paying for me to be in a fraternity and a party and have fun. That's the last fucking thing they wanted me to do. So, but every kid, when I grew up, every kid had a job.
Yep.
I didn't know anybody that didn't have a job.
Now most kids don't have jobs.
None.
But a lot of that has to do with labor laws. And minimum wage is going up. You think $15 an hour, you think any fucking kid's going to have a job?
There ain't going to be very many kids working at Stanfield Hunting anymore, I can tell you that much.
I mean, you're already, you look at Peter Schiff, who I fought, you can take him for what he's worth. He's a gold guy, and, he's got a valid point. He said if minimum wage goes up to $15 an hour, then that means it is illegal for you to work for a company if you do not have the skills that make the company $15 an hour. You're robbing from the company, essentially.
There's going to be a lot of that.
If you don't have the skills of a $15 an hour person. But you can't, and that's why, with what's minimum wage at now, $8.75?
I pay more than that, but yes, I think $8.35, $8.15 maybe. I don't even know what it is.
Either way. You used to have gas station attendants. They'd be a high school kid. Go out, pump your gas, clean your windshields.
It was date money.
That's all it was.
Yes,
it was fuck off money. There were high school kids working in the grocery store, stocking shelves. They were kids bussing tables. You don't see any of that anymore.
No, when I joined the workforce, my first job I ever had, I worked as a swamper on a milk route. I was 12 years old. Now, people are like, 12 years old and you work? I love fucking going to work.
Yeah.
I got up at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the summertime. I was off by noon. I went to the pool all day after that. But I made money. I worked.
Yeah.
I got paid money, Then I got a fucking real job. I went to work at Albertsons as a sacker. Mm-hmm. That job blows. I'm telling you right now, that's why there ain't hardly any fucking sackers anymore. It's the worst fucking job in the world.
Can't hire it.
Fuck no. You couldn't pay me $100 an hour to sack groceries.
Did you get tipped?
Fuck no.
Do you tip the sacker now?
But I would at United. I give them money sometimes. They're like, man, I can't do that. Put that in your money, buddy. I ain't going to tell nobody.
Oh, they say they can't do it? See, I've never even offered.
Well, I know that because you're a tight ass. But yes, I do all the time. Like, man, I can't.
But they say they can't take it.
But listen,
really,
you can buy your girlfriend some beer tonight.
I've been there before. I've sacked these groceries before.
It sucks because everybody bitches about the guy who sacks groceries.
Why? Takes too long.
The meat prices are too high here.
Oh,
I got some milk last week and it was spoiled. Them Fruit Loops should be 29 cents cheaper. I mean, it don't matter. Fuck, I work here. This lady, I'm making $3.35 an hour fucking sacking groceries at Albertsons on Kemp and Southwest Parkway. You see over there at Taco Bell all those fucking kids hanging out and they're drinking beer in the back of the truck and those girls with no bras and halter tops on. Yeah, I'm over here making $3.35 an hour. Do you think I give a fuck about your Fruit Loops? Because that's what life was about.
Yeah.
And it sucked. It was the worst fucking job in the world. The best job I ever had in the world was working at Huff Furniture Store.
Yeah.
Delivering furniture. It was a blast. I didn't have any fucking responsibilities at all. I made extra money. I had all kinds of side jobs, and it was fun. The guys I worked with were a lot of fun. They were all older than me, and I enjoyed them. And it was probably the funnest time in my life, other than my adulthood. I mean, it's being, but I didn't make $5 an hour then.
Yeah.
But it was a fun job.
That's the way the golf course was for me. It was a lot of fun to work at.
The people you work with make it fun.
You fuck off, and I mean, you're cutting grass. At the end of the day, there's no heart surgery going on. Worst you're going to do is fuck up the greens for a day, and then they'll water it out, and you'll cut it again tomorrow. But it was fun. Like you said, I like a job where you can go in early, get your shit done, and then go home and do whatever you want the rest of the day. That's how it was at the golf course. Show up at 5, you're done at 1 or 1:30 or 2.
Huff Furniture wasn't that way. But
all day?
There's a lot of Huff Furniture stuff that happens at Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. It's a family operation. Huff's was a family operation. Yeah, and they treated everybody like family. But it was a fun job. I didn't make a lot of money, but I was around good people, and I learned a lot of things there. And I didn't learn shit sacking fucking groceries at Albertsons other than I didn't want to fucking do that ever again. I'm telling you right now, if you told me right now, I said, Jeff, I'll give you $100 an hour if you'll work for 8 hours at United sacking groceries. I was like, fuck you. There ain't no way I'd do it.
I don't know. That's a lot of money.
Fuck, to put up with that bullshit? Hell no.
What bullshit? You're sacking fucking groceries.
I know. And
all you got to do now, you can fucking put in your AirPods. You don't even have to listen to that old gray-haired bitch. We can bitch at whoever about the fucking Fruit Loops.
It's not just that. They made you had to wear a fucking tie.
Yeah, that seems a little pointless.
A white Oxford shirt and a fucking tie.
Yeah.
And this little smock thing they give. I watch them fucking fat-ass kids at United nowadays with fucking just shorts on and shit. I'm thinking, you lucky little bastards. It's just a pain in the butt. We've got the kid that we go to at the United in Abilene at the Market Street. There's a kid there, and he looks like Frank, the angry drunken dwarf that used to be on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And I always talk to him, and Mom's like, God, Jeff, don't. And I can bait him into conversation. He's going to be a rock star and a rock producer and produce his own videos, and he's just great to talk to. But I enjoy visiting with people, and so I enjoy visiting with him. But I know deep down inside his life sucks.
Yeah.
Because he's sacking fucking groceries.
Speaking of kids, I'm worried about who you're going to hire next year as a bird boy.
You know what?
Our bird boy is leaving.
And he's a great hand.
He is flying the nest. He is graduating high school, and he is out
going in the Army. Gabriel is a great hand. And, okay, here's the dilemma. Let's talk about this. $15 an hour.
Right.
Gabriel's making $10 an hour, and that's good money for a high school kid.
Yeah.
$15 an hour, I think my guides are going to be cleaning their own fucking birds. And I don't want to do that. I'm going to have to hire somebody.
It's not even that. It's like, look at what all Gabriel's done. He's cut grass all fucking year so that we can brush A-frames.
Oh, he's a great hand.
That's a big burden off of us.
Where am I going to find a kid like him that wants to work, though?
Well, $15 an hour, you'll get a lot of interest. But from a business standpoint, like, you can't afford to pay that.
I could have.
You could, but that's not something you want to do when you got 5 or 6 guides.
Yeah, but do I want to keep an extra guide here and just pay him a weekly salary, or have another bird boy here?
Right.
You know, but Gabriel is a really good hand. His mom has done a good job raising him. He's a good kid. They don't find very many kids at work anymore like that.
But I look at, taking Reese to school every morning. I look at the high school crop and I'm like,
kids don't want to work.
Especially not doing this shit out here.
No, they don't want to. Man, when I first came out here and the first time we started out, I had a line of kids wanting to come to work here.
Right.
I could have hired 25 boys my first year working out here.
Yeah.
They all wanted to be out here. They all wanted to hunt. They wanted to be around the lodge. They wanted to do. I mean, it was nothing to hire kids to work. You can't hire a kid now. What's funny is if I put on Facebook and I said, listen, I need to hire a good high school kid to work. I like to get a kid that's an underclassman. I don't want them to play basketball because basketball
and this don't mix.
They don't mix. And that's kind of what I did in Gabriel. Sonia got a hold of me and said, hey, Gabriel would like a job. Well, she's a worker. And I knew she was a worker, so he's been perfect since then. But if I do that, usually what I get is a grandma who's raising their grandkids.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Johnny wants a job so bad. Johnny don't want to fucking work.
You want him out of the house, Grandma.
And that's what I deal with all the time. I dealt with that last year with the granny. My son, listen, your grandson ain't worth shit. You know? I would rather get a kid that I get and see in court.
Right.
Because I'll get a kid there that works. He just gets in a little bit of trouble. And that's a kid that'll work at least. But you can't find nobody to do any work anymore. I don't know what these businesses are going to do. The $15 an hour, if that passes, if they do $15 an hour, it's going to put a bunch of places out of business.
Well, they'll go to automation and they'll go to skeleton crew.
They said that's why Amazon and Walmart and all them people are pushing this $15 an hour. It's going to push all their competition out of business because they can afford to have self-checkouts and all that other shit.
Well, they've already got it. What's fucking stupid is if you're a fucking Walmart employee and you're pushing for $15 an hour, you're a fucking idiot because you're going to be the first motherfucker that they cut.
Yeah, you're not in management.
If you're a motherfucking cashier at Walmart and you're pushing for $15 an hour, you're a fucking moron, and you should look to your left at the fucking registers that don't have a soul there, and the schlubs like me are doing their own self-checkout.
They said they're self-stocking now.
Oh, really?
They've got robots that stock shelves now in some places.
I
they're doing
that.
That's going to be the yeah.
Well, if you're a fucking stalker at fucking Walmart and you want $15 an hour, you're a fucking idiot too, and you and the cashier should hook up and have dumb fucking babies.
One day you're going to go into Walmart and there ain't going to be a fucking person in there. There's going to be robots running the whole fucking thing.
Everything. You'll have a manager and a couple other people.
Somebody that can fix the robots.
And yeah, that'll be all.
So trust me, if you want a job and you're young, learn how to work on robots. But, you know, Tex, our preacher, Tex Cox, Knox City, Texas. Give Tex a shout out. And he is a big fan of the podcast.
Hope I didn't say the Lord's.
Oh, he gets on to me sometimes when you do or I do. Anyways, Tex was talking about going to McDonald's, and he likes going to the McDonald's that's got the kiosk.
Yeah.
Because he said, I don't have to jack with nobody.
Right.
I know what I want. I go in there and push the button. I go pick my food up, and I walk out the door, and I don't have to jack with somebody.
Half the time that's screwed up too, though. But Falks has already told me, he said if they do $15 an hour, Falks, he works for, McDonald's. But he's already told me, if they do $15 an hour, it's all going to be automation.
Yeah, you can't afford to pay $15 an hour. I don't know how. I saw a some paperwork or an article on the kiosk, how long it takes for it to pay for itself.
Right.
And it doesn't take very long. You know, let's say it cost $10,000 for that kiosk.
Yeah.
Well, how many people are making $10,000 a year?
Surely it costs more than that.
I don't think they cost that much after you get them. I think the first one cost a lot to make, but after that they don't cost much. How much does this phone cost? $1,000?
Yeah.
You can do everything with the damn phone for $1,000. Why would a kiosk cost 10 times more than that? That's all it is a phone on a bigger screen.
I'm looking it up. The upfront investment for a kiosk or a cart ranges from $2,000 to $10,000. I don't know if that's
so $10,000 to $12,000 is what it costs.
Two to 10.
$2,000 to $10,000.
There he is, the old sexy beast, the crane fucking chopper. You gonna take your bow tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Double lung. How to purchase a kiosk? We got to get kiosks out here, Jeff.
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I don't know, but that's what's going to come down to. But these mom and pops. But see, here's the thing: you can't have an automated kiosk work at a fucking hardware store.
No.
Or a mechanic.
No.
But there are a lot.
I went to my fucking mechanic. My Ford's been messing up.
Yep.
Plugged it in. It didn't throw an error code, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know how to fix it.
Didn't know how to fix it. I mean, I'm in the right spot, right? You're a fucking mechanic. Don't you have the sign? You're the mechanic.
And that couldn't do nothing to it.
Not a thing.
What's it doing wrong?
I think like a solenoid or some bullshit is out. If I'm at a stop,
Probably a sensor.
if I'm at a stoplight, or if I'm looking at birds, motherfucker will just stop. Engine will die. It'll start right back up.
Does it have the automatic engine in it?
No.
Okay, so it's not like mom's where you can override that by pushing the A button.
No. That's a fuel economy or whatever.
That's a stupid shit.
No, like it'll fucking rattle, and then it'll just off.
It's like Smokey's car on Friday.
Yeah,
Won't stop.
Yeah, but I did. I went to the fucking mechanic, and he's like, "It didn't throw an error code when I plugged in the computer. I don't know what to do."
You know,
well, fuck me. He said if it keeps doing it, come back. I'm like, it's been doing
fuck
it.
if you can't do it, fix it now. What
Fuck, it's been doing it for 3 months. I'm just now bringing it into you.
Take it to Ford.
Wait, I did.
Yeah, you know, I watched Friday the other day, and that car don't stop and go down the road. I knew people whose cars did that shit.
Right.
That was not that uncommon when you grew up in a poor neighborhood.
With the emergency brake would go off. And
no, it just won't die. It won't start off. You get out, it goes up. You reminded me of something else too.
Hang on, I think your camera's messing up. You can keep talking and all.
The $15 an hour deal. Which camera? Because the one I'm pointing at right now is on me.
No, I know it's on, but something's fucked up. You can keep talking.
The $15 an hour deal. You take a landscaping guy, and he's got 6 guys that work for him, and he's paying them $10 an hour, and they're working 60, 70 hours a week. Well, those guys are making $600 or $700 an hour. Well, to be able to afford to pay them $15, he's going to have to get rid of 2 guys to even be able to make payroll, or it's going to cost you $10 more to get your yard cut. So that's what $15 an hour is do. It's just going to make the price of goods go up. I mean, everybody's going to be that way. A gallon of milk, if it's $4 now, it's going to be $4.50 or $5 now.
Yeah,
you know, all they're doing is, they're just passing the price on to everybody at the checking out.
Now, that's another thing that Peter Schiff guy said is most people don't think of inflation as a tax, but that's exactly what it is, because the government is going to it takes money, and it makes they. Where was I going with this?
They make nothing but pure profit.
Yeah. So they, the government creates this artificial whatever, and then that drives the price higher, and then you're having to pay more. Well, fucking, they might not raise your taxes, but if you're paying more, then inflation is a tax also.
Fuel prices. Shell Oil Company, Exxon, whoever the hell it is, Standard, whoever the hell it is. They're making, let's say, 25-cent profit off a gallon of gas. And I don't even think it's that much. But let's just say they are. Mm-hmm. Well, the fucking state's making twice that much, or the federal government is, and they put absolutely zero into it.
Right.
They put nothing into it. All they do is make profit off of all the taxes they do. Taxes are pure-ass profit. And this $15 an hour is going to put a lot of businesses under.
I fear that you're right.
I can't imagine where it's going to how it would be good. But what it's coming from is a bunch of politicians who never ever owned a business.
Well, they're pandering is what they're doing. They're pandering to a certain demographic. They're pandering to the people that don't have a career. This is what they do. You know, they're taking jobs from these that used to be a high school job, and that's their career now. So, you know, if we can pass $15 an hour, the people that keep their job at Walmart and McDonald's, well, they're going to be our voters.
When I was a kid in the 70s, which is a really great time in our country, looking back now.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Terrible time.
Why?
Inflation was through the roof.
The 70s was a great time to grow up. As a kid, I didn't know about inflation.
Through the roof. Economically, it was terrible.
Let me tell you this, though.
Well, how do you think Ronald Reagan got here if the 70s and...
Because Jimmy Carter was the worst fucking president other than Obama ever.
The 70s and 80s were so great.
70s was a good time to grow up. I'm talking about from the standpoint of being secure at your house, not worried about... I mean, this shit didn't happen that bad. You didn't know about it either. If
the economy was shit.
It was, I guess, but I didn't know about it because I was a kid. You know, we got to go to Disney World and stuff, so my life wasn't that bad sometimes. But girls didn't wear bras then. It was awesome. Blake would have loved them days. But, see, he's shaking his head, yes. Anyways, back then, though, a man could work, and I remember my dad telling me this one time. There was a guy at JCPenney's, and he was a shoe store manager. He could support his family on a job like that. You can't do that nowadays. No. I don't know how people make it. I don't know how people that make under $50,000 a year survive. With kids, fucking, you got $1,000 phones. You got 5 kids with $1,000 fucking phone. I mean, I don't know how they make it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how we raised you 3 boys as poor as we were. I didn't know we was poor then. And we went and did shit. We went all over the place. We traveled and everything. I know how much it cost to do it, and I've never understood poor people. I feel sorry for poor people.
Right.
And I feel sorry for poor kids. And we have so many of those in this world right now.
Well,
the inner city's full of people that don't have no chance at all, but it's not our fault.
No, it's not. And everybody's got the same. I say that, and that's not true at all. I was going to say everybody has the same starting off point, but...
Hey, I worked at fucking Albertsons and was poor.
No, I know. Anybody can make anything out of themselves, but to say that everybody has the same playing field is not right.
No, it's not. But for coming from someone that didn't have a playing field much at all, I don't have a lot of sympathy for people that have had to. Most people,
nor should you.
You have to help yourself. But a lot of I had good parents at least though, you know, at least they taught me right from wrong. A lot of these kids don't have that shit. Mom's out gigging every night, and fucking dad don't give two shits. The term baby daddy wasn't going around in the 70s much, and I'm sure there was a lot of it.
I bet it was.
Baby daddy, the term, no. It wasn't.
The term might not have been coined, but I'm sure that there were
There were baby daddies, but there wasn't nothing like it is now. I didn't go to school with kids who didn't know who their fucking dads were. They're everywhere now.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there were some baby daddies, but it was frowned upon and shit. I mean, his life was a lot different then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of things that are normal now was not the norm when I was growing up. I mean, we had
a lot of things that are normal now weren't the norm when I was growing up.
Bad and good. We had a separate school for girls who got pregnant.
Really?
Yeah, they went to a different place. Ooh. Unless they wanted to stay in school and be looked down upon by everybody else, because that's what would happen.
She's a whore. Put a big A on her.
Yeah, but the other girls were doing the same thing.
Exactly, they didn't get caught.
But we had a separate school for that. But we also had this too. We had a place called the smoking hall where kids could go outside and smoke cigarettes.
Really?
Oh yeah. It was nothing to see a 14-year-old out there puffing on a cool.
Well, that's just like Bad News Bears from the 70s. That kid, he smoked.
Oh, Kelly? Every kid every neighborhood had a Kelly in their neighborhood. Mom was a single mom. Dad, nobody knew who that was a baby daddy kid right there. Kid. But
his dad's in prison.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
But everything was looked on different. In fact, when I was in 2nd and 3rd grade, Todd Delzell used to go buy dip all the time. He'd go buy him a can of Copenhagen or Skoal or some shit. You could walk to the store. Who the fuck's gonna let a damn 8-year-old kid buy a can of snuff now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's for my mom.
Like, how old were you? From my mom all the time.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah, my mom used to all the time. She'd go give me $2, go in the store and get me 2 packs of Kents or whatever it was. I mean, that was not, and nobody thought nothing of it.
Yeah. How old were you when you started dipping, Blake?
21.
12.
12. See it stunning your growth.
Were you sick as shit the first time that you did it? Really?
Boy, I was.
Why do you go back to it? What makes you go back to it?
Do you wish you never would have dipped? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Sees how much he puts pen to paper on how much he's paying. You don't even want to do that.
$6 every 2 days, so what? $170.
$1,142 a year.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you say so.
When I was, I'm gonna get fact checked on that. What'd you say now? Just to make sure now, $6 every 2 days. So that's 176. 6 times 6 would be 160 and 42, $1,002, I think. I was close. That was 12. I just spouted that off. $1,000 a year. The first time I tried to dip was this kid named Pyeatt in 3rd grade. Had me dip some Copenhagen or Skoal, and I threw up a banana I ate, and that was the best thing ever happened to me. Because I've never, ever tried to smoke a cigarette.
I took a dip the other day with Logan in the crane blind.
Yeah, I heard you got a little.
Blake's got that loose shit, and I don't like that because that goes all over my fucking mouth. It's terrible. Logan had the pouches. Was it wintergreen? Mint. It was mint?
So Logan is fucking doing mint pouches. He's losing some of his man card now. That's what the ugly girls dip in fucking Alabama.
So he hands me a pouch, and I can contain that a little bit. And I had that motherfucker in, and it started burning. Felt like I had a hole burning through my lip. And I was sitting there, and I don't eat breakfast out here most of the time. So I've got a fucking empty stomach, just full of fucking caffeine, because I drink a thermos full of coffee all morning. And I'm sitting there.
I bet you're getting woozy.
And I'm fucking sitting there like this on my bucket, and I can feel the earth as it turns. And I'm like, whoo, fuck, what have I done here? And then there's cranes off in the distance, and I don't know if there's 4 or 8 of them, because I'm starting to see double. And I come to the realization that I've got to spit this cocksucker out. And I do. And luckily, I had some crackers in my bag, and I fucking tore
Still
into
in your
those.
stomach?
I tore into those. I stole Blake's bottle of water, and
you felt a little better.
Yeah, and then we had to take a pee break, and we stepped out, and I said, "Listen, if I stumble, don't laugh too hard." And I got out, and I got my legs underneath me, and that made it a lot better.
Over a girly pouch of tobacco. You know,
Fucked my world up.
I used to chew tobacco some when I fished. I used to bass fish with a good buddy of mine, and I used to chew some tobacco, and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't great, but I never did get to the desire that I wanted to have it.
But what makes me weird is, you know, I dipped in my teenage years. I've done it a couple times, and I got sick, but I never did it again. I don't understand.
You learned your lesson. You're a quick learner.
I don't understand how Blake at 12 dips, throws up, and is like, oh, you know what? Let me try that again.
Does Blake look like a quick learner?
He's not a quitter. I'll give him that.
You saw him on sand a lot when he threw up all the damn chaw?
Yeah, but I don't understand how you come back to something like that.
No, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Like, because here the thing with alcohol is you can have a beer or two or three and you feel fine, you get a little buzz, and you know everything's fun. You have a limit.
There's a learning curve with tobacco.
But with tobacco, it's just like you're gonna be sick as a fucking dog first time you do it.
I've smoked cigars different times, but I don't know if I've actually smoked them as much as just had them in my mouth and.
That's what Kamala said about Willie.
Yeah. Well, it was a little different deal she done. She finished her job. I didn't mind. But I've just never been, I just never have had any desire to want to smoke or anything. I don't like the smell of smoke.
Some guys like it.
The people that do love it. My dad said it was a hard, dipping. He said cigarettes were hard to give up.
He keep that cigarette in had a pack of cigarettes right in his pocket. He said he'd touch it. Just to know it was there. He wouldn't smoke it, but he knew it was there.
It takes a lot of strength to do that.
And then he said by the end he had tapped it so much that when he finally did quit, he looked inside of it and you couldn't have smoked it anyway.
My dad had some big old meat hooks.
But he would just touch it, know it was there, and away he'd go. It's been a little different out here this year without him.
Yeah, it's been
Blake and Josh even commented on it.
There's a lot of things I miss Dad about every day, more and more. There's so many things I wish I'd asked him that I'd asked him about anyways. My advice to anybody, if you got a dad who's sick and dying, spend more time with him than you think you need to. Trust me, I wish I would have a lot more times. I'm not one to like to go visit in hospital. I can't stand shit like that, and Dad knew that. But now I really regret that I didn't go and do a lot more stuff because once they're gone, they're gone. Mm-hmm. But I miss Dad a lot of here in the like. The other day we was having a shitty day around here, and I wanted to go in the office and talk to someone who, because we work hard, regardless what the outcome on the hunt is. We work hard, and people don't have a clue what we put into it. And every outfitter's that way.
Yeah,
I'm speaking on behalf of every outfitter out there. When you get mad at that guy, and it's a tough hunt, and you think, trust me, that guy don't want a hard hunt no more than you do.
Right.
He wants it. He's a bigger fan for a good hunt than you are.
Right.
And so I miss having Dad to go in there and say, well, just, y'all are doing good. You're doing your best or something. I just miss talking to Dad sometimes. Mm-hmm. Tony at breakfast during dove season, I really miss Dad a lot. Because I'd walk in, good morning, morning, and he'd help Tony make coffee. And I miss Dad's smart ass remarks. Or his funny shit he would say about stuff. I miss that a lot.
He would have gone round and round with Mikey.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. Round and round is the wrong way to coin it, but he would have some smart shit to say.
Yeah, he would.
Just like Mikey the other day about washing his hands.
That was my dad made over, though.
He wouldn't wash, but
that reminded me of Dad, though. That something to say to him. He said, "Well, I'm only using the front half."
Oh no, that's something he would say. But I've seen Ron wash his hands better.
Well, yeah.
But just that little inside of the hands is all Mikey washes. Doesn't wash the back. He says he does in between sometimes.
What'd he say? What the fuck? I ain't doing surgery.
I'm not doing surgery. I'm eating. And Stoner is a clean freak. And
they clash.
They clash.
But I tell you what, I've really enjoyed Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey's done a good job.
He ate the fucking last honey bun out here. Broke my kid's heart.
He's done a good job, though. He has. Mikey's done a really good job. And if anybody calls me that wants to, he applies for a job there, I would give him a good reference. Mm-hmm. I do think he's not going to enjoy snow goose hunting near as much as he thinks he is.
I don't know why he would think he would.
You know, it's funny you said that about Matt Judy the other day. When I saw their pictures, I was thinking the same thing. What a miserable fucking place. We're gonna
They burn the fuck out of them, but
we need to get him on the podcast in February.
it's gonna happen.
Have you talked to him already?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's the thing about this show. It does not take very long for shit. If we mention a name or if we talk about something that's on social media, it does not take long to get back to
whoever
we were talking about. I think the podcast had been out about an hour, and I got tagged in a post, and Matt Judy was tagged in the same post, and I was like, thank God I didn't say anything bad about him, because...
What would you say about him? He's a straight-blooded killer.
No, I mean, nothing. But there have been times where my comments have been taken out of context, or the person didn't listen to the whole thing.
You mean the kennel guy?
No. Yeah, probably. Turns out I was kind of right.
100%.
But there have been times where I've said something and then later in the podcast corrected or altered what I said a little bit. And, shit gets taken out of context. But it's growing, and it's getting to the point where you got to kind of mind your P's and Q's, because...
Well, Stoner was eating
seems like
fucking at a
everybody's
restaurant in Abilene yesterday, and got a guy left a deal on his truck. I mean,
Told you to shut the fuck up more.
He probably just kidding though.
I doubt he was.
Well,
Love the show, but Jeff needs to hush a little bit more.
Yeah, well, that ain't happening, buddy.
I wonder if he saw him in the restaurant or if he saw his truck outside. Because Stoner has Maryland plates, obviously, but he's also got a Big Honker podcast sticker and a Stanfield sticker on the back of his truck.
I don't know, because Josh even said, "Why didn't you come up and say something to me?" The guy on Snapchat with the titties, that was funny as shit.
I've not heard anything if that. I'm
I
assuming
have.
It has gotten back.
Oh, I don't know about if he knows it's back. I don't even know his last name.
Oh, I don't either.
But yeah, there's a lot of people messaged me about that. A lot of people did.
Well, the Heartland bow hunters, they commented on the YouTube video.
There you go.
So, I've not set anything up with them, but
we're gonna have a lot. We're
Evidently,
gonna have a lot of people on here starting next month.
Evidently, they're on board to come on. So,
we got a new sponsor coming out.
Yep.
We'll have them on next week. We'll talk. We won't have them on, but we'll talk about the product next week. We'll be starting them out on Monday or Tuesday with us. Do some crane hunting this weekend.
Sounds like we got a good spot for in the morning.
Yes.
2 good spots, actually.
Yep. We got a cornfield covered up, and we got another place to go. So
I'm wondering, since those ducks are getting a little weary, I wonder if we go to the edge that we had that good duck hunt on and side slap them, if that would work.
Might be a good idea for in the morning.
We're not going there in the morning.
Yes, we are.
Huh?
Yes, it's too wet to do the other crane hunt. We're going to do the crane hunt there Friday.
Oh. I'm still crane hunting, though, right?
Yes, you're crane hunting.
Well.
You and Blake are the crane killers tomorrow.
That's right.
Josh is running
the goose duck group.
The goose duck group in the morning.
In the corn?
In the corn.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? All right, let's get off of here. We got a long day. Is my grandkids coming out here today?
I don't think so. Jesse said they were playing well together.
Well, they still got to eat.
What are we having?
Enchiladas.
Ooh, I'll text her that. She does like enchiladas.
She still keeps. She's kept her girlish teen figure. You know, Jessie is. She probably can still wear her cheerleading uniform. Don't want to hear about any role playing. We're just going to end it to that. But she can. That's not. I mean, that's.
She can.
Mom could wear hers up to about 10 years. Mom can still wear hers now. I'm about to let that slip out. All right. Appreciate y'all listening to you. God bless y'all and have a great weekend.
Check out all of the sponsors that we have. Jeff mentioned Gundog Outdoors at the beginning of the episode. Use the promo code Big Honker or Trump 2020. Save yourself some money. Foul Bandits. Promo code is Migration. Dirty Duck Coffee. Trump 2020. Pacific Calls. BHP 25. Dive Bomb Industries. Boss Shot Shells. Lucky Duck Looking Glass Duck Club. William and Chris Wines. 14 Cattle Company. Blind Grass. Don't forget about that if you're tired of brushing that bitch every day. Blindgrass.com.